do.
Do you want to start?
Da-da-da. Oh, wait. Welcome to Two Dudes with Do.
I'm Josh.
I'm Shae.
And I'm William. And I'm not really in the show.
This is a
Gotcha.
special guest episode. The last episode is going to be in for this year.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, there's
This is a January upload. This video is so.
I might get leave in August. Maybe.
Ooh,
Like
might come back.
summer leave they give us some. It depends because the plane tickets out here.
it's expensive.
Because I'm
Horrible.
a married man. I got to take care of myself, which is really difficult.
And your beautiful
yeah.
wife, Mac.
My wife,
Michaela.
she watches me and makes sure I don't do dumb stuff. Plus, I have two little babies at home. They're cats. It's
For those of you who don't like cats, it's alright. You know, you don't have to be mad. He likes dogs too.
yeah. It's
Don't you have a dog too?
I had a dog.
Had a dog.
He was.
Did you eat him?
Mm,
Did you get hungry? I had a dog. Past tense.
yeah, but what happened? But he was I'm gone a lot, and he was very bad. He tore up everything. My wife was trying to keep track of him, and he would bite my wife. And I was like,
that's fine.
a bad boy, no, and he just
Can't be biting mama.
no. Sorry, wherever you are.
That sucks. Did you give him away or did you just like drop him off?
We took him. We asked the person to give him to us if he wanted him back. He's like, no, sorry, I'm leaving. I was like, okay, we're gonna take him to a shelter then. So we took him to a
So
shelter.
you took care of him.
Yeah.
He's good.
He's safe.
This episode is, of course, you guys know already because of the title. It's about travel.
Oh, we haven't talked about travel.
Speaking about travel, it's about travel.
Surprise!
We're going to go over, hopefully, not too many worst trips,
Yeah.
and we're going to go over our favorite experiences and parts of travel that we like. I will start.
Okay.
I have a lot of travel in my experience.
I have like literally that much. 0.
You have a little bit.
Okay.
You haven't drawn cross country or anything,
Okay.
but you have gone lengths of distance.
Over the past 3 years, I have put so much travel.
He's
in
got
my
the
brain.
most travel.
Yes. He's gone out of the country.
If you don't know, he's Army. He's been to the East, the Far East.
Germany and all that stuff too.
Yeah, which is all part of the East.
I'm just saying.
Not like China or anything, Far East, but Far East.
I was just saying like Germany.
Unless you're going the
and all
other way, in
that
which case he's west, like way west. Just depends on
stuff.
which way you're
West
going.
side, yo.
Because if you start going west, you'll always go west, and if you start going east, you'll always go east.
It's true.
Yeah.
And if you go east, then you're in SpongeBob land.
Ooh, dude, we should go east.
West.
Oh, sorry.
Let's go Wumbo.
Wumbo.
Wumbology, the study of Wumbo. Come on, SpongeBob, it's first grade.
Furthest north I've ever been is Sacramento. Went to a John Hagee concert, which is a pastor. I went with my grandfather, now deceased. That was pretty fun. We stayed at the Piccadilly Inn, which is not great except for the name Piccadilly. It's
Piccadilly.
amazing. You're like, where are you staying? Piccadilly Inn.
Isn't that Doctor Who? I don't watch that show.
I don't watch Doctor Who either, guys. I don't have cable.
I'm
So-
gonna eat some of this candy cane.
Yeah. There's also so many other trees that I have to get rid of.
So- I've been as far north as Sacramento. That trip is boring.
yeah.
You go north, you hit through towns, but you stay on the 99 pretty much the whole time. You don't really see much of anything. There's no landmarks or anything to stop at. And then you're there. And then you're in Sacramento, which is cool. I mean, you get to drive past the area of San Francisco, but nothing really special.
Ooh, you got to go over the bridge.
I've been as far south as Rio de Colorado in Mexico on a mission trip. That was awesome. Before all the border problems, people getting their heads cut off, it was really cool.
Before all the tragedy, it was awesome.
I enjoyed being in Mexico. The best part of Mexico is our money is very, very valuable down there. I was getting $10 of theirs to my $1 of ours. So I took $100 down there. Guess what I had? I had $1,000. It was pretty nice. 3 pesos will get you a drink of soda. Nice. Pretty cool. 3 pennies. So it was like 25 cents got me a whole thing of Manzana Sol.
Oh,
It was Manzanita Lift down there. Yeah, apple soda.
Oh,
but
this sounds so
another
good.
good thing about Mexico is when you're in Mexico, there's no regulations. There's no FDA, essentially. So they can put as much sugar and stuff as they want in their drinks. Their drinks are amazing.
Of course.
They taste amazing.
They're full of heroin.
They still got the Coke and Coca-Cola. It was good, man. I was like, my buddies were like, "Have you ever been to Mexico?" I'm like, "No, I'm an uncultured swine. I'm sorry. I've never been to Mexico. What's special about Mexico?" They go, "Everything." We went. You go like, first you gotta try the soda. It was apple soda. It was amazing. They go, now you can buy a Coca-Cola, which did not have Coke.
No.
Just throwing it out there for you.
In
case you're like, for real? No.
Time to go to Mexico.
But their Coca-Cola tasted so much better than our Coca-Cola. And then that night we went to a place that sold tacos, which it's authentic Mexican tacos on the stone.
Mexico.
Yeah. I mean, it was amazing tacos, but they also had brain tacos, which they sold, which I did not have. I should have, though, but I did not.
That does not sound good.
That does
It
not
was just
sound very
calories.
appetizing.
Apparently, they're very good. I mean, I guess with enough hot sauce, anything's good.
Yeah.
But I had their tacos down there. Their tacos are bomb, dude.
Oh, I bet.
And you get 3 of them for 10 pesos. So 3 for $1.
That's very cheap.
Boom! Awesome, right?
Dude, that beats our 50 taco episode right there.
Yeah.
2 for $1.
It was great. And they were the street tacos.
Yeah, they're good tacos.
Yeah. Homemade tortillas and everything. Oh, it's awesome.
Not,
We played
Unbelievable.
played soccer against them in beach sand, essentially, and we beat them. I was the goalie that saved the day, and we won. And then when I went back my second time, we beat them. Well, we lost the first game because they took me out of goalie. I only got to play it for a little bit. We never scored enough goals. The second time we went back, I started as goalie and finished as goalie. They scored 1 goal.
Nice.
Was it against you?
Yeah, I was in, but it was one of those things where it was like barely in.
You're out.
I had nothing I could do. We scored 3. They scored barely 1, and so we won that. Had a great time both times. We slept in tents the first time. The second time I was in a bunkhouse essentially. You know, it was a fun trip. You go down, you go through California, San Diego area. You end up right just on the other side of Arizona from California, like literally like 10 miles into Arizona, and then you cross the border. So I had a fun time. Had a passport. They lost my passport the second time I was there. Not me. My counselors lost my passport, and they start passing out passports the day of. No, we were supposed to give our passports back. And I gave my passport back to the guy on the bus. We get off the bus. They're getting ready for the bus to pick us up the day before. They're going through everyone's passports because his passport's not there.
Josh would love you.
This guy, they're like, "Josh, did we give you your passport yet?" I'm like, "No, I'm still waiting for it." And they look at the bag and it's just empty. I'm like, "That's a bad sign right there, right?" And they're like, "I don't know what to do about this." I'm thinking, and I'm sitting there going, "Am I going to be stuck in Mexico?" Because that's what would have happened.
Yeah.
They'd have detained me in Mexico because I had no passport. And I would have had to wait for them to get a new passport down to me.
Man.
Or my birth certificate. It had just been horrible. So I'm freaking out. Turns out, I handed my passport into the guy. He went to go put it in the bag, and it missed the bag when we first got into Mexico. So it was left in the bus. The bus driver has to sweep the bus when he gets done. He found my passport on the Monday before.
Yeah.
Came back on the next Saturday, not the first Saturday, but the next Saturday, and he still had it. He brought it with him for us.
So
The bus showed up, and I am just freaking out. I've been there a week and a half, just dead essentially.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm done. I cannot go. I've got to stay at this mission essentially because we were at a church mission. I'm like, you're gonna just have to leave me here because we're done. And the whole time the counselors are freaking out because this is their fault, and they're like, well, there's got to be a way. We'll call your parents. We'll get a birth certificate, something. Guy with the bus rolls up. All of my friends are getting ready to leave. We've got everything packed. I packed my stuff just because.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on a basketball court just looking at my friends. I'm like, you guys are going to leave. Bye-bye.
That feeling of just...
And the guy comes off the bus and goes right to the main guy and goes, one of your kids left a passport. Here it is. Hands it to him. And I don't know what's going on. He walks over. He goes, you'll never believe what happened. I'm like, hit me with it. He goes. He pulls up the passport. He goes, here's your passport. And they took a picture of me holding my passport. I have it on my Facebook. I'm like, I was like, I get to go.
That's crazy.
I get to go
America.
Yeah, I get to go back to America. I'm never leaving America again.
Don't even.
So, well, yeah, it was tragic, and then, but I had a great time traveling.
Texas.
No place for a squirrel.
Should have known SpongeBob was going to come up.
This is your fault.
As soon as I get to go home.
Speaking of Sandy Cheeks from Texas, I drove to college my first year of college. My parents drove in front of me. I drove my truck. My brother rode with me. A 22-hour trip. We wanted to kill each other.
Fun.
Go through, and it's beautiful in the mornings. I don't know what time you're going to LAX, so you're not going to get to see it. You drove through Barstow, but it was like during the day, right?
Yeah, basically right as the
when you get just past Barstow into New Mexico, it's like 5 a.m. area. It's so beautiful in the fall. I mean, you get purple colors, and it's the most beautiful area during the morning time. Yeah, and then it gets like 12 o'clock, and you want to die because it's 115 degrees.
Yep, sounds familiar.
Drove through there, went right through Texas, stopped at the Big Texan, which is a 77-ounce steak, which I will not attempt because you have to eat the steak, you have to eat the salad, you have to eat the bread roll, you have to eat the mashed potatoes, shrimp cocktail, and I think rice pilaf.
Could not do it.
And you have an hour to do it all.
I had a triple burger today, and I am still hurting.
I did I did the 35-ounce steak at AJ Spurs. Put that bad boy down, no problem. With salad, with rice pilaf, with the root beer float and soup. That wasn't too bad, but we went through, and that was a good steak too. By the way, Texas and Kansas has some of the best steak I've ever had. They have amazing steak. So went through there, go to Oklahoma, drove the whole way there. I tried to drive home by myself. The first year I met Jake. He flew into Oklahoma City. We drove back together, made it all the way home, no big deal. That's the second year. The first year, I met my dad in Albuquerque. Picked him up. We talked the whole way home. It was great. He drove the whole way home. Second year, I drove back by myself. The worst experience of my life happened in that moment. I was driving in Oklahoma. I was tired. My mom had booked me a hotel in the Roach Motel. Roach Motels of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yeah. I was thinking I was going to get stabbed because people were watching me pull all this stuff into my second floor hotel room, dragging up stuff for my hotel, my college dorm. So I got big old totes full of stuff, and I'm struggling, so they know something's in there, and they're just like, "Oh, he's in room 32."
Oh, I'm always paranoid of that kind
so
of stuff.
I'm freaking out because I can't leave it in my truck because they'll steal it, and now it's all in my room, and so I was up till like 2 a.m. freaking out every little thing. Seeing people walk by, so I did not sleep well. Wake up at 5 a.m. and boogie. Oh, by the way, my parents had paid for the hotel room beforehand. I show up there, they had no record of me.
Wow.
And so I had to charge it on my card. It freaked me out. Drive all the way, get into Oklahoma on basically 3 hours of sleep at best. It's like noon, and I'm like, I got hard metal playing. I fell asleep on the road while driving, and they took the bumps away because they were working on the freeway, and so it was a dip like this. And I'm like asleep, and I drift into the middle lane, and boom! I hit the dirt. I woke up, overcorrected, spun my truck out on the freeway. Look back, nobody's around me. I don't know how, but nobody's around me. And I pull into the center median because I see cars coming. I killed my car, so I had to turn it back on and drive. I get into the center lane, turn it off, look up, quarter mile down the road, Oklahoma Highway Patrol sitting right there. I'm on. He pulls up, he said, "What happened?" I was like, "I'm tired, I fall asleep." Told him everything that had happened. He's like, "Okay, there's a TA station, quarter mile up the road. You go up there, you go to sleep, take at least a 15-minute nap, and then you can get back on the road." I waited 5 minutes for him to leave, took 2 5-hour extreme energy shots, drove all the way back there. And then Jake came and picked up him. And that's all my traveling. And it was fun, and I had a great time. I almost died by semis like 5 times.
Oh, of course, that's travel.
And that's just like a curse for me, apparently, because I've been in so many cars where semis just are like coming over. I'm like, "I'm right here, bro. Honk, honk."
Yeah,
I'm
but
right
they're
here.
like, "Yeah, you see, I'm big boy."
There was no reason for me to get on.
The semi driver's like, I drive this route every day.
Yeah. So basically, I've had a lot of fun traveling, but I've also almost died.
All right.
Twice.
So I feel like it's fair to say that we should skip Will because he's got probably the most interesting travel stories.
Oh, I didn't mention about flying.
Oh yeah.
I came home for spring break one year, got a buddy pass from my buddy. $75 to fly there and back.
Damn.
With 1 check bag. Awesome, right? No way it's even heard of. I go to fly out of Oklahoma with this buddy pass, and I show up 10 minutes late to check in. They would not let me through.
Yeah.
I had an hour before my flight. They would not let me through. So I had to rearrange my flight. I flew into Vegas, stayed at Circus Circus. My grandfather and my mom came to Circus Circus, or came to Vegas, picked me up. We stayed at Circus Circus that night. Had all you can eat prime rib.
Ooh.
Oh, so good. Best worst mistake I've ever made. Drove home with my mom and my grandfather, who was ecstatic. It's like he didn't even care that he was driving however many hours, 6 hours I think it is, to Vegas.
Yeah.
And he was ecstatic that he was able to do it with us. Got to talk to my mom the whole time there and talk to me and my mom the whole way back.
I would have passed out. I fall asleep in cars so fast.
Yeah, he does.
But and yeah, so
glad
that's
you
the
picked
worst
up the
traveling on the car or the train flying I've ever had.
Yeah.
I missed a flight. Don't miss a flight, guys. Be
They're
early.
horrible.
Be early.
How wills?
Shut up.
You missed a flight?
I recently just missed a flight.
Oh man. Same thing, like 10 minutes late.
Actually, yeah. It was like a 2-hour delay. We go from... Oh, I'll just...
It's not your fault though.
Yeah, it wasn't my fault. We get to
This was
Fayetteville.
my fault.
We get to Fayetteville, and we're flying from Fayetteville to Charlotte, Charlotte to Vegas to spend time with my wife's family.
Mm.
And get to Fayetteville, they're like, hey, you guys can't check in yet. And I was like, why? They're like, well, you guys have some serious delays on your flight. And I was like, serious delays? Like, yeah, 2 hours. I was like, oh, okay. And so we look it up. The connecting flight is only like an hour and like 50 minutes long. Is the layover time in Charlotte. And I was like, are you joking me? I was like, 10 minutes. And then like they close the boarding doors 10 minutes before flight. So we finally got on a plane, we get to Charlotte, and me and my wife sprinted. Like, I mean sprinted. Like, I was like pulling her too. She doesn't run very much, but she was making it, and like I was tired and winded. I had a big old bag on my shoulder, and I was like, this is terrible. So
Military.
having
Did you have any
flashbacks.
fatigues on?
No, I did not.
Oh, word of the wise. Always fly with your fatigues on.
I was told never to fly with them on. Because it's a Target kind of thing.
Yes, it's a Target, but also you get treated the best.
Oh,
They will put you on the flight early. They will let you off
Oh, they
early.
always say military can fly first. So I pull up my card.
Yeah, they don't even question you.
Yeah, we sprinted to
I've
the
seen
gate.
a lot of guys flying.
We ran all the way into the Charlotte, into the right where our gate was, and it was like across the way. Obviously, of course,
Yeah.
it has to be.
Of course.
And we those moving walkways.
Yeah.
Got on those.
They make you feel like
So I was going
Superman.
ninja fast. Like,
Whoa, I'm
You
the
just-
bionic man. And then you come off that and you almost fall off.
Yep.
You go, oh man, I'm not human.
and finally, we get to the gate. Like my wife and I are just panting, just out of breath. We look up, put our arms over our head. We're like, "Make it! There's no plane." No. This is like 10:30 at night. They give us a. We go to the ticket counter. Like, yeah, we just missed our plane. The flight was too delayed. Oh, okay, yeah, here's a ticket to Comfort Inn, a one-night stay. Blah blah blah. Here's like $24 and like.
For food.
And like airplane food, but did not know that only applies to restaurants in the airport. No restaurants are open at 11 o'clock at night in the airport.
Nope.
So
They close everything at about 9.
yeah, so didn't get to use that. Had to go buy our own food. Cat was kind of broke too, because the tickets to
At least they
North
gave you-
Carolina to here during Christmas time are not bueno.
Oh no, Christmas time they jack up flights. Which is horrible, by the
Yeah,
way.
I tried buying it like a month before, and it
No, they don't.
No, see, that's a Thanksgiving issue.
You
Yeah.
look on Tuesdays in the morning. Always clear your cookies in your search history when you go to buy flights. If you go and jump around different places, because they will use the cookies in your computer to keep the price steady.
Yep.
If you do that, they'll keep giving you a different price. Tuesday mornings they start to let out different seats that they couldn't sell, and they'll sell you cheaper flights on Tuesday mornings. It's pretty cool.
Well-
you can actually look up everything online to see how to buy cheaper tickets.
Yeah, because when I wasn't married, it was one ticket was like $600. I was like, oh man, this hurts. And then I was thinking, I didn't really think about it, and I was like, okay, 2 tickets. I was like, no. Look up the prices. The first ticket, $1,600 for both me and my wife. I was like,
Do you really want to go home?
Yeah.
How much is it going to cost us to gas drive this thing?
Yeah, actually did that also. Drove from California when I first got back from deployment. Went to California, spent a couple days with my family. Grabbed my dad, and we drove to Arizona. Picked up my wife, and we drove all the way across country to North Carolina.
How much did that cost you?
About $350 in gas, which is not as bad.
Food.
But it cost 3 days. Not including food, not including the hotels we stayed at, because
Yeah.
we were gonna sleep in the car originally. But no, it was like a 6 a.m. to like 10 p.m. kind of thing, and like driving.
You got to
stopping
be
in a hotel.
hardcore to stay in your car.
Yeah, plus
Now-
it was me, my dad, and my wife, and the entire Armada is just full of stuff because it's all my stuff from my house,
Yeah.
all of my wife's belongings, personally.
You come Christmas, there's not as much stuff. You could sleep, like, lay down in the back seat and fall asleep there. No big deal. So, yeah, no, you got, like, literally to go to Oklahoma from California is 22 hours. So it's a 2-day trip unless you're hardcore going to drive 22 hours. Because that's not including gas stops either.
Yeah,
or food.
It took us in total 2.5 days, if you don't count like the sleep periods. 2.5 days to get from California to North Carolina. It was a total of like 32 hours, I believe.
2.5 days.
Yeah,
day and a half of driving alone.
Dude, that's what we should do. That's what we should call it if we have a guest viewer. I guess 2.5 dudes.
2.5 dudes would do.
If you guys ever want to come down, it only takes about 2.5 days to drive.
Well, I'll say this: the Patreon guys end up giving us $300 a month. We'll take one of those months. We'll put all that money into gas. We'll save up. We'll drive to North Carolina.
We'll bring my entire recording.
Who's donating $300?
we will make a drive, and me and Shae will sleep in the back of a car one night, and we're driving.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring food with us, ham sandwiches up. We're just driving until the gas goes low, and you get gas, and we go.
And gas station. Josh has a hot dog in there.
Yeah, if you want to get some food while we stop, that's out of your own cash.
Exactly.
We are on a very tight budget, Shae. We got to talk about all expenditures.
No dogs would do.
Oh man, that's too old of a movie. Nobody caught it.
I didn't.
You guys caught it, maybe. It's Dumb and Dumber.
Oh.
He's sitting there. He's eating Doritos. He says that, and he goes, "You don't come out of our travel fund. Yeah, I only arrived 38 extra bucks before we left." Where did you find 38 extra bucks? Sold some stuff. You sold some stuff?
Sold this parrot.
Yeah, sold some stuff, you know? What kind of stuff, Lloyd? Yeah, I don't know. A few marbles, baseball cards. Petey? Petey? You sold my dead bird?
That was such a good movie.
To who? Billy Forsey. The blind kid? Yeah. Yeah.
I love later on where it's like, where he's just like petting it on the news.
I just thought he was real quiet. Yes! Great movie. Go watch Dumb and Dumber if you haven't watched it. It's worth that hour and 20 minutes to watch it.
Oh, wait.
Sorry.
Now I feel bad because we were going to skip me and then I started talking.
Nah, go for it now.
Travel.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just finish up the rest of them.
Yeah.
I'll do them quick and fast. I did like very little traveling before the army. I think the farthest I drove was like to Texas to see my grandparents. Well, one time before my grandpa died. Love you, Grandpa. And I never really met him. I met him once, and then yeah, it was terrible.
It was terrible.
You okay?
I'm in.
Oh,
what do you hear, Paul?
Unless he's in your kitchen, yeah.
What are you eating in there, Paul? There's nothing in there to eat.
The leftover Lunchable. Yeah. Anyways.
That's what it was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They can hear that too.
Oh. Anyways, so yeah, farthest I've ever been was Texas and back. But when I joined the military, I flew straight from California to South Carolina, where my basic training was, which is insane for me. I'd never been on a plane before. It's crazy flying by myself and like all these other all these other military kids.
The greatest roller coaster you'll ever get on. Takeoffs are crazy. Where did you sit on the plane the first time?
Right in the middle, actually.
I guess
it wasn't as
that
fun.
one's pretty cool.
But it was a window seat, so I was like,
if you sit in the back of the plane, it will freak you so far out.
My wife and I had a plane back of the plane when we come in here.
You'll take off, right, and it's a big thrust, and then the front of the plane takes off before you do. So you just see the plane go whoop. You're like, oh. You just see everyone rise up.
It feels like everything's like
it's crazy, and then it gets up in the air, right, and then as you're coming down, you're looking straight down. You're like, oh. It's great, dude. So fun, scary, but fun.
Yeah. So after basic training, I got flown back to Oklahoma, so just right in the middle. And then right after Oklahoma, they were like, "Oh yeah, back to North Carolina." And so it's like, now I'm back on the other side of the world. So now I've been paying for plane tickets to and from California and North Carolina repeatedly for the past 3 years. And
of course, you went on tour, and that's flying over to there. And
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, you flew over there,
only 9 months of
occupied over there, and you walked all over there.
It was about 16 hours over there. And then in between different countries, flying on like C-17s
in the Far East
and stuff like that. And
by the way, C-17 is a big one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that one like flying in a B-52?
No, C-17 is smaller.
Well, I mean, like
C-130 is big.
When you fly in it though, is it like it's like a big bus, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a big bus. They got like all the cargo right in the middle, and you're like
it's the
sitting
magic
in like
school bus,
like small lawn chairs.
You're like,
and you got like all these nets behind.
You're not kidding when you say small lawn chairs because it's like metal bar fabric holding you in place.
You're just like.
This goes down.
Fun. You're
I
sitting
died.
like this to people. You're like, well, this is fun. And we just
Wait,
put
Shae, come on.
yeah, let me just put a pillow on this guy's shoulder. Not comfortable.
So, no, hold on. Everyone, sleep to the right. No.
Transition.
Shift. My neck hurts, guys. Back forward.
I'm comfy. You stay still.
Okay.
That's what the big guy does. Like, just,
No,
Shae, this
no,
is mine
Shae.
now.
The big guy is.
yeah, that's right.
And that's the little guy going.
Actually, I'm trying to develop this chin so I can get a better pillow.
And then when the big guy feels it, he's like, "What's wrong with you?"
No,
Are you touching me?
I remember that every time. Because at school trip, someone was like, "So who's sitting by Shae?" I'm like,
Nobody wants to sit next to the big guy. You're like, his shoulders like double my shoulders.
I would love to sing to Shae.
"Yeah, you did that one
It's like
time."
a big pillow.
I will say, sitting next to Shae and Colton when you're wet is a very interesting experience because Shae instantly dries out. Colton will dry out second, and you'll be like, "Why am I still wet? Those guys are dry."
No, I remember exactly because I could say travel stuff. Sorry.
So yeah, he's been all over the place back east.
I
and
have
a bunch of
barely
different
even
stuff.
left the state, so I am the least experienced in the traveling. So I'm gonna say more traveling stories.
He's less of a hippie than us.
So we just went for I think it was like my junior year, end of the year field trip to not Six Flags, Knott's Berry Farm, and Josh went because his wife works at the school.
Because I'm awesome too.
He's
I will
awesome.
always go.
So me, Colton, and him.
Probably not this year though. There's nobody there I don't want to go out and hang out with.
I don't know what they're going to this year. I'm like, but they rode with us, and Shandy and all them rode in a different car. They had their own like women's car,
Big
and then,
bands.
and then there was a guy car, and Josh sat next to me and Colton, and we were soaking wet. Like we just went on like 5 water rides in a row.
Roaring Rapids. No lines. Let's go again.
No lines for the Roaring Rapids?
It was like right as the park was
It was like
getting
it
really close.
was like 7 o'clock.
So the sun was just starting to go down, and we're like, dude, let's just get on this, man. We can get on this ride.
yeah,
So many
we
times.
literally asked the lady like, "Hey, there's still no one here. Can we just keep on going?
She's all, sure.
Don't move."
And then, like, after the third one, she's like, I have to have you get off and then come back. So we're like, dang it, okay.
But, we asked, "Do we have to go through the line?"
I think she said no.
Yeah, you can just get into a different.
She's like, just stand there, and then when the next one comes up, you can get back on.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went on that thing like 7 times.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we were all just soaking, like, should we pay for this? And we're like, there's no time. We gotta go to the main gate now.
Yeah, they had those blowers, you know.
Yeah. So we run there, go to the gates. Everyone's like, wow, you're soaking.
Well,
Yeah, it's like, we have any towels? No. Well, crap. Hopefully the van doesn't get too wet. So, Josh is on my right side. Colton's on my left side.
Colton was in the middle of us. I was on the far right, you were on the far left. Because remember, half of Colton was one, and the other half was one other way.
That's right. Yeah, okay.
We went
I
to
was
Taco
I was at the window seat. Colton was on my right, and
I
then
had
Josh
to
was
go
on the other side. The left side of Colton completely dry.
Along with Shae.
My entire body is dry. Colton's left side completely
side.
dry.
Right side now, completely soaked still.
Yeah.
And so am I.
And I'm like, you guys are still wet? Colton's like, only half of me is wet. And I'm like, we're doing an experiment, boys. I'm sitting in the middle.
It was crazy.
I sat in the middle. I'm still fully dry. End of the trip, we're back home. Colton's completely dry now, and Josh is completely dry on his left side.
So you're just like a big heater.
Yeah. Remember that one time also, you're going to notice that most of the car rides I've been in, I'm the person that's the pillow. This guy, I think it was a team group event, I don't remember.
I have a picture.
I had you on my right side, just knocked out.
You have your mouth like...
Yep.
I'm like, wow, he is so
And
out.
I have Abby on the other side, just...
There's a good picture.
And I'm just sitting there, like, not moving, like... I was like, yo, come on. I got a cramp so badly.
It'd be a sin to move.
I'm like, I got 2 people sleeping on that. What am I going to do?
Yeah, so ladies, Shae, the only single dude, he's very warm and cuddly.
I am
Very warm, very soft.
Very cuddly. I will say, when he gives you hugs, you feel like you've been hugged.
Yes.
You feel like a lot of your emotions just been fell off.
You feel like you can just start crying uncontrollably.
I mean, this guy's done it to me.
So
I
yeah,
swear, to this day, that was like the most unexpected thing. He showed up to the school right when his dog died, and he's like, "Hey, Sister Russell, can I borrow Shae for a quick second?" And I'm like, "Oh, what does Wills want?" And then just on me, just boom with it, and just starts crying. I'm like,
something bad happened.
that happened. So I'm like, "Hey, it's all right, dude. What's going on?"
That was awful.
Do you need some dew?
I'm like, "Do you need help?" He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I just kind of broke down for a second. I'm like, what happened? He's like, "Just come around." I'm like, "Okay." And all this stuff happened, but because he was all happy when he walked in, we closed the door and just, I'm like, "So what's poof?"
I just need a hug. Come here, big fella.
You just gotta fake it until you find that one pillow.
Fake it till you make it.
I was so expecting to like all happy. Just,
But yeah, so women, if you're looking for someone cuddly and warm and awesome to hug, Shae's the man.
just don't do it in the middle of summer.
You will get hot.
You will
I
catch
will
on
say
fire.
that if you end up marrying Shae, there will be a month or two in Bakersfield where you're gonna be like, you've got to stay on your side of the bed.
Dude, at summer I don't use blankets.
Yeah.
Nothing's on there. Just
So your AC bill will be a little higher during the summer than most, but
yeah,
you'll be alright.
that's what happens.
Get some solar, you'll be fine. You also went to Vegas,
I did go to Vegas, but I was very young.
so you didn't get to do anything.
I was like, I was so young. The not the lines, but the collars and stuff. The collars, but like the straps for the kids.
The child leashes.
The child
Oh,
leashes.
yeah.
I was like 6 or 7 at the time. Ironically, Shandy also has a child leash, and she was like 10 or 11.
Well, here's the thing about Shandy.
Shandy like
She sees lights, and it's like pretty things, and she's gone. She did it with Christmas this year. She's like, "Ooh, look at the Christmas light!" Ah!
yeah, she does that or animals.
Yeah. Oh man, God forbid there be an animal that crossed her path.
An
God
animal
forbid
with
there was
Christmas
an animal
lights.
that had lights on it.
We showed up at my
It starts
house
floating.
a couple nights ago, and there's a cat in my front yard. Shandy's just like, "All right, ready to go inside?" I'm tired. You ready to go inside? I'm like, "Yeah." And I look over and I see a cat, and she's like, "Boom!" Instantly not tired anymore. She was, "Kitty!" I'm like, "Oh man."
There's 2 inside.
Harvey was outside at the time.
Right.
So I opened the car door. I'm like, "I'm gonna get the kid." She goes, "Can I go pet him?" I go, "See if he'll let you." For sure, that stupid thing let her pet him. I was like, "You're kidding me right now." One time a cat needs to be stubborn and run away, he doesn't do it.
I had a cat follow me when I was in Kuwait. Just a random cat came out from like under a little building, and I was like, "Oh, hello." He just sat there. And he's like, "Meow." I was like, So I went to pet him, and he like backed off, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So like whatever, I was just walking, and I looked back, and I just looked back, and just a cat just jumping over little pillars, following me. I was like, "Okay."
So check the cat, bomb vest. No,
Yeah.
we're good.
I went to go pet him again. He backed up. I was like, "Okay, he doesn't want to be pet." So I just kept walking. Literally, it's like a 1.5 mile walk from like the store down to where we were like staging at. He was just meow, meow, meow this whole time, just chasing me, would not let me touch him. And then we get to the place, and I was looking back, and the cat's just chilling outside. And I was like, "What is he doing?" So I went and I found some like cat food in a corner. I'm stuck. I just went and I gave the cat some cat food, and while he was like eating
Nibbling?
something, I pet him, and he was probably the softest cat I've ever felt.
Oh, if you ever had I don't know if you guys have ever had a newborn cat in your hands.
Oh,
They are the most cuddly, soft things in the world. I instantly fell in love with my cats.
yeah.
Like, I was, like, okay with Harvey when we first got her. She had her kittens. I was like, oh, they're staying. I don't care. I love these things. And they had, like, little claws, and they had hang on to your shirt so they don't fall off. You're like, where'd you put your baby?
I won't drop you. You can let go.
and then they get just a little bit older, and they're still soft, but now they're dickheads. They're just jumping on stuff, breaking things. You're like, all right, you guys are out. The only one that's staying is the sleeping one next to me, and his name is Budge.
Yeah.
You two, Ozzy, Quinn, you're out.
Yeah, I missed
Ended up being 3 boys.
I miss my 2 cats so much. I want to go back home.
Marshmallow.
Marshmallow and... Oh, I can't remember the other one's name.
Start with a C.
Chester?
Nope.
Chester the molester?
Chester Cheetah.
Charlie.
Charlie! Oh, of course Charlie. Why not Charlie from the Army guy?
They were not.
We
I
walk
did not
up,
name them.
and most of them are named Guyan and Dan and Dang. We go, hey man, are you the enemy? And they go, yes, then we shoot them. It's kind of hard finding a Vietnamese guy that's named Charlie. Sorry. Good morning, Vietnam.
They were not my choice for cat names. I don't even call Marshmallow anymore.
Marshmallow.
We just call her Mishmoo
Shmoo.
or Moshmi. I don't know why. It's like you see like your like animal and like it has a name, but you just give it a weird nickname.
Some of the best parts of my days are going on Snapchat and seeing your wife videotaping your cats doing something stupid.
Yep.
Like, you buy them something special, they're playing with the box.
Oh yeah, it was retarded.
Marshmallow come, or when she was hiding around the corner, she's like, whoop, and then I'm like, where's the cat? There's the cat. Whoop, he didn't move. Whoop, and here he comes running. I'm like, of
That
course.
dude sprints down. Marshmallow is like 1 year old, and she is super active,
Oh, yeah.
never stops moving,
It's a kitten. Still.
always does anything. Charlie is 3 years old, and dude doesn't move at all. But none of them like cuddles. Really, like Charlie, the only time he wants to be touched is 11:30, 12 o'clock at night when I'm just about to fall asleep. He'll jump on my chest, like start pressing my, he's like, meow, and I'm just like,
my
go
cat,
touch your mother.
My cat does the same thing. We'll go to lay down. It's like 10 o'clock. We're going to lay down in bed. We'll like lay down, and I'll hear him ding 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 because I have a little bell on his necklace.
I have a bell on Marshmallow.
I'm like, oh, here he comes. And then boom, he jumps up and he's on top of the bed. I look down and he's like, I'm like, what do you want? I'm like, no, don't mess with Mom. She don't want you on her belly. And he'll like look at me and start like walking right out. I'm like, don't do it. She's gonna kick you off. Gets on top of her legs. She's all, Pudge. Starts to crawl a little higher. Get off. And then as soon as he gets close to her belly, boom, and he's on top of me. And now I'm laying there. I'm like, what?
So annoying.
And then I'll have my hands like this. And I'll go, what? He'll go. He'll rub his head into my hand like, come on, you know what to do. Come on, big fella. So I'll pet him a little bit and he'll start to purr. Have that real high hum. It's like, oh, okay. You're happy. Off. Now, his mother, she'll walk in, she'll jump on the bed and she'll be like, lay on the bed. I'm like, see, that's what you're supposed to do, Pudge.
Pudge's like, I want to snuggle.
Doesn't want to snuggle until we want to snuggle. Because he sees my kid and already loves him. Yeah, pat, pat. He's like, jumping fences, like, I'm out.
Yeah, during the day, our cats just I'll pick them up for a little bit. I can hold them for a max like 2 minutes, and then there's and I'm just like, okay, I'm sorry.
I can hold Pudge a long time. Harvey, however, wants out.
Yeah, constantly.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not being held right now. Excuse me, sir.
Our cats are not outside cats. I don't trust them to go outside.
I don't trust Pudge to go outside because he's only ever been inside. Harvey came from outside, so I'm like, if she makes it outside, she'll live. Yeah. One way or another, she'll live. She'll come back to the house.
She knows.
Marshmallow ran out once during Halloween, and we were sitting by the front door. I opened the door a little bit to grab something from inside. She runs out. I was like, I want to get up to catch her, but she didn't go far. She literally stopped right in between both of us, laid it on the ground, started rolling in like crazily, and just ran back inside. And I was like,
yep. Harvey likes to roll in the dirt. I'm like, dude, come on now. Come on, cat.
They're like,
She's like, you don't understand. Oh, it's so good. How did we start talking about cats on the travel episode?
I just thought about that.
You mentioned 2 cats at home.
I will never travel with cats. There we go. That's how I'll wrap it together.
Oh, no, it was, you said something about you like your cats or something. I don't know.
I thought he's talking about trips and all that stuff. And then he's like, I really miss my cats at home. We're like, what are your cats' names?
Oh, yeah, okay. Have you ever went to Vegas?
Ooh, once, and that was because we flew into Vegas.
I flew into Vegas too. Was not 21 yet.
Yeah, we didn't do anything. We just literally flew in. My wife's cousin picked
Where'd
us
you
up.
stay? Oh, you didn't even stay.
No, wife's cousin picked us up. And went to Arizona.
The best part about flying into Vegas is Vegas hotels are very, very cheap. You can stay there pretty much for nothing because they want you to gamble. Yeah. So like, you can get a room for like $60, and it's a nice room, like 2 beds, $60, right?
There was a lot of slot machines in the terminals. I did not know that.
You fly into Vegas and you go down into their like area where you get out, and there's slot machines the whole way out.
There were slot machines right next to the gates. When I first got off the plane, I was like,
the whole thing's about gambling there, man. It's awesome.
Like, hello?
You go get a bite to eat at like the McDonald's. You just pull down the thing. What are you getting to eat? Well, it looks like I got the filet of fish. Oh no!
The McDouble.
They want you to do that. I mean, gambling's such a big deal in Vegas. I mean, they want you if you're passing through it, like if you're stopping off, they want you to still have something to do while you're there. I mean, think if you have a 2-hour layover, how much money are you going to spend in the airport?
Hey, you're going to get bored.
You're going to spend a lot. I've had a couple 5-hour layovers. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, the most
blow my brains out.
Most I've had was, I mean, if you don't count my getting screwed out of my flight, like 11 hours.
That was a 12-hour thing.
Yeah, but if you don't count that, most of it ever had was like 4 hours, and it was excruciatingly boring.
Oh,
because like I had to find a charger, and I was like, well, guess I'm gonna watch like 70 YouTube videos.
What's great is that they have chargers now available for you. They didn't used to.
Yeah.
Yep. It was like one wall
outlet
outlet per like.
If you're gonna stay, because you guys are both still under 21, if you stay in Vegas, stay at Circus Circus because they have the gambling part of Circus Circus, which they will not let you win.
Yeah.
You can play, but you can't win. But you can go into Circus, and they actually have an arcade, like kind of like how Disneyland and Six Flags have those like games.
Yeah.
Carnival games. They have a whole area like that. They have an amusement park inside of Circus.
Ooh, snap.
So if you're like, well, I gotta stay over, you can stay there. It's pretty awesome. So
what was that one game we played? It wasn't Dance Revolution. We played one game at Not Very Farm for like a good hour. I don't remember.
Well, I mean, we always play like the Titanic ones that give you a chance to win, but
Oh yeah.
we play. Well, we hit the hammer a bunch.
Oh, dude, the hammer's my
We hammer it out, man. Try and get that high level. It's all about hitting the right spot on that.
Yeah,
thing.
it's broken right center middle.
Yeah. We went on the game. We went on the amusement one where the guns are in the boats. That was fun.
That's a fun one.
Yeah. He can't see 3D.
So it's super difficult.
So he's on it. It's like, I don't see 3D. I just see the images flat.
I can't see 3D.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you get on something and you can, like, the real D videos they have now, you can see depth. No depth.
No depth.
Just flat screen.
How have we not talked about this?
It's just something that doesn't really come up in
Yeah,
day-to-day basis.
talk about.
They're like, yeah, man, I was watching this movie. It was 3D. Oh, cool. And then, just kind of stays there. And I'm like, emotion, like, when was the last time no one asks, what was the last 3D movie you've ever seen?
Shark
Girl,
Going Lava
never.
Girl.
Never.
Never.
The last one I watched, actual movie, was Avatar. I watched it in real D. That was okay.
Real
I watched,
D.
I watched
I'm not
like
a
a
big fan.
Shrek movie in 4D, where it's like you kind of like feel stuff.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like,
I watched Pacific Rim in the D box.
Oh,
It's not just the real D, because they didn't have it for that, but they have it to where the whole seat shakes.
Yeah. Oh,
Like if a thing falls over, your whole thing shakes like it fell down.
I
It's
was
awesome.
Me and my dad was so pissed on Wednesday, alright? So what happened? We go to the Maya, and they're like, okay, well, like, two.
What time did you see it at the Maya?
2 o'clock.
We saw it at 11:30. We got out at 2 o'clock.
You know what's funny? But we also went to go see Star Wars that day.
Please no spoilers.
And Justin and Doris also went to go see Star Wars that day.
Han Solo died. Oh wait.
Last movie. I don't think he died.
You know, my wife didn't see that one. She didn't see the one before that, and then she straight went to watch this one. I was like, oh,
It's not gonna make any sense to you.
I will say though, it was an alright movie. But
Bionic hand.
Bionic hand. But we were so mad because we didn't know it would be still in the D box. It was already out for almost 2 weeks now. They put us in the D box section like they didn't tell us it was D box or not. They should have told us. Oh well, because like, oh, it's in theater 8 on the left, and we go in there like maybe the D box isn't working. They just don't have it going.
Theater 7.
$18 for those tickets though.
My dad would have taken it to me.
Oh, I know.
And we were like, maybe it just doesn't work in here because they just don't have it set up to it at this point.
Oh, if it's in room 8, it has D-box.
And we were just sitting there, and all of a sudden we see, all the ships flying. We just see these D-boxers. Pew, 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 pew. We were like, my dad was like,
He's all, dang it.
They're
They're coming out with Pacific Rim 2.
Oh, so
if
excited
you're
for that.
here,
I cannot
we're watching it in D-box. That's
Oh yes, definitely. I'm
going.
so excited for that.
now that we've gotten completely off travel,
Oh, sorry.
we need to go ahead and end this episode.
Sorry.
Since it's at 43 minutes
Yes.
anyways.
And
This
we
is
need
our
to go home
time
and
to
pack.
end, and he needs to go home and pack. He's got to leave at like 2 a.m. It's already like 10. So
He
guys,
gets to go travel! Yay!
don't mess around with those stupid planes, man. Be early.
Nope, I'm going early. I'm getting on the plane. I'm sitting right next to the gate. I don't even care. I'll wait till that thing gets us.
So
Military, get out of the way.
as always, guys, like, comment, subscribe,
Dislike.
and make sure the notification bells are on the YouTube. Also, he's going somewhere.
Oh yes,
Nick
Acosta.
Sit on
Sit on Willis. Okay.
Jewish. So, make sure that all the YouTube pieces are together. Links are below. We have
Like always.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Patreon if you guys want to give us some bucks. Help us out, buy
Give
some
us a
stuff.
view.
Maybe
video.
send us to North Carolina to go hang out with the other dolphin.
That'd be fun.
See how he lives over
The other
there.
doofin.
Yeah, I
You're a
have,
doofin.
I have multiple rooms.
I hear beds.
I'm saying.
Bring in my air mattress.
Either way, Legion of Dolphins, Legion of Do, it's still LOD.
Yep. So there you go, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Click the links below. Go check out everything we have, Instagram, stuff like that. Merchandise is coming.
Eventually.
Coming. We're waiting for our
Q&A
new
is also
logo.
coming.
Yeah, we have a couple questions. We want more. There's still time to get in on the questions, but you won't be entered into the prize raffle. Only people that answered by December get into the prize raffle. But you can still ask a question. There's going to be a second prize. We're going to do another round of this. We're going to try and get you guys involved again. Don't let us down. He didn't let us down.
Nah.
That's why you did the episode, I swear.
Yeah, I don't even.
That wasn't his I mean, technically, you've given
He's $60.
$60 already.
World War II.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I already pointed that out to everybody. So
I have trouble with that.
this is the guy.
This is the guy.
This is the guy that gave us the money.
See,
to buy.
we're true to our word. Except he's special because I know him. He got to go to my house.
He gave 3 months of Patreon already.
Yeah.
How about that?
I'm a top donator.
He's the top dude.
So, like I said, guys, click it on, look through. We have all kinds of fun stuff to go check us out on. And as always, for Two Dudes with Do
And Lightly Food.
With friends.
I'm Josh.
I'm Shae.
And I'm William.
How do you dudes do?
You know, honestly, at this point, traveling sounds like a pain.
Has your wife talked to you yet?
I love you, babe. And I cannot wait to go home. Well, I mean, I love my family, but I want to go home.
Thank you, Michaela, for letting us borrow him for so long.
Yes, you now have full custody of him once again.
Enjoy your flight.
For the
You
rest
guys
of your
enjoy
life.
the flight through the internet airwaves.
I see what you did there. They're traveling.
Bye.
Later, guys.
Goodbye.